You think dreams are just random fragments your brain throws together when it's off duty. Not exactly. In fact, your brain is working most silently and deeply when you're asleep. It doesn't rest when you do. On the contrary, it quietly processes emotions you can't face, organizes the endless information you skimmed throughout the day, and sometimes it even predicts what you haven't yet dared to imagine. Think about it. Have you ever woken up from a strange dream and felt like your mind was trying to whisper something to you all day? Maybe it wasn't just a dream. Maybe it was a message, encrypted by your very own mind. Point 1. Dreams and health. The silent alarm system. It might sound strange, but sometimes dreams can actually save your life. This is a true story. A woman kept dreaming about a specific part of her body. No pain, no obvious signs. All medical tests came back normal. But her gut instinct wouldn't let it go. She pushed for deeper testing, and doctors caught a serious illness just in time. That's not magic. It's the quiet precision of a brain that scans the body during sleep, picking up tiny signals the conscious mind overlooks because it's too busy scrolling newsfeeds and juggling to-do lists. Many scientists now believe that dreams are an internal, biological warning system. People who pay attention to their dreams often detect health issues earlier. So next time a weird, recurring dream nags at you, don't dismiss it. It might not just be a dream. It might be a message from within. Point 2. Dreams and inner conflicts. A theater of tension. Ever dreamt you're back in school, about to take a test you didn't study for? Or lost all your teeth? Or showed up in public with no clothes on? They sound silly. But they are not meaningless. They are reflections of anxieties too subtle or too suppressed to name while you're awake. At night, your brain becomes a silent playwright, staging bizarre scenes where you're both actor and audience. Every hidden fear of being judged, not being enough, or being exposed is replayed behind symbolic masks. Oddly enough, this rehearsal helps you heal. It opens a backdoor for emotion to escape without confrontation. Dreams don't make you weak, they help make you stronger. Each night, your brain is quietly performing therapy. And maybe you don't need to understand every dream. Just listen, like you would to an old friend finally speaking their truth. 3. Premonition dreams. The brain's hidden analyst. Ever dreamt of something, and then days later, it came true? It feels eerie. Almost psychic. But maybe it's just your brain doing what it does best. It collects endless data every day. A shift in someone's tone, a strange smell, an odd feeling, and stores it, even when you don't notice. Then at night, your brain starts connecting dots you didn't even know were there. Abraham Lincoln famously dreamt of a coffin in the White House shortly before his assassination. But he lived with constant threats. Maybe that dream was just his subconscious connecting the dots others ignored. Or the Aberfan disaster in 1966. Many villagers had dreamt about the landslide days before. They lived next to unstable mining heaps. The danger was always there, just unspoken. Dreams aren't prophecy. They are quiet pattern recognition, turning fragments into warnings about things you already know but haven't faced yet. Point 4. Bravery training. How nightmares build courage. Have you ever woken up in panic, heart pounding, drenched in sweat, after dreaming of falling from a tall building or being chased down a dark alley? Sounds terrifying, but here's the twist. Those nightmares might actually be your brain helping you become braver. When you dream about fear, your brain doesn't just simulate it, it activates the same emotional centers as real-life fear. In a way, it's running drills while you sleep, practicing danger in a safe, imaginary space. Studies show that people who often experience fear in their dreams are actually more composed when real-life crises strike. Because their brain already trained for it. So next time you have a nightmare, don't run from it. Maybe your brain is preparing you to face the day with more courage than you knew you had. Point 5. Emotional first aid. Dreams as nightly therapy. Some days leave emotional bruises, an awkward comment, a humiliating moment, a mistake you can't forget. But that night, you dream you're riding a unicorn, wearing a wetsuit, eating pizza while singing opera in your office hallway. Weird. But weirdly comforting. That's not escape. That's healing. Your brain is taking emotional weight and dressing it up in absurdity, turning shame into comedy, anxiety into nonsense, pain into metaphor. So you can look at it without hurting. Dreams don't erase reality. They soften its sharp edges. They repaint pain into colors you can process. Maybe that's why you wake up smiling after a strange dream, because deep down, your brain just cleaned up the emotional mess you couldn't. 6. Dreams are social simulations, rehearsals for real life. Ever dreamt of talking to someone who doesn't quite exist? A face made from bits and pieces of people you know? That's no accident. Your brain is staging social rehearsals, training you for conversations, conflict, embarrassment, and connection in a safe dream space. These dream characters are like emotional test dummies. The coworker who criticizes you might appear with a black hole-sized mouth. Not to scare you, but to exaggerate your feelings, so your brain can learn how to respond. Dreams give you second chances to navigate unfinished social scenes or prepare for the ones ahead. And the more absurd they are, the more emotional they become, because sometimes, to communicate better in the real world, your brain needs to practice in the dream world. 7. Fever dreams. When the story breaks down. If you've ever had a high fever and dreamt of melting clocks, moving walls, or time stretching like taffy, you've entered the surreal world of fever dreams. When your body overheats, your brain's dream engine goes haywire. Images jump. Scenes crash. Emotions spiral. It's like watching a movie while someone's randomly pressing buttons on the remote. Scientists believe fever disrupts the REM sleep process, scrambling memory, sensation, and emotion all at once, creating dreams that are vivid, terrifying, and deeply confusing. But what's fascinating is this: even in the chaos, your brain tries to build a story. It still wants to make sense of nonsense, because even when you lose control, your mind never stops trying to understand itself. 8. Side effects of medication. When dreams get hijacked, you take a small pill for anxiety, for blood pressure, for better sleep. But that night, you dream of walking through a forest made of chocolate, with salty winds and a stranger whispering things you can smell. Strange. Yes. But wrong. No, some medications, especially antidepressants or blood pressure meds, alter your REM cycle. They hijack your dream-making machine. Suddenly, your brain isn't directing anymore, someone else is remixing the soundtrack, and when you stop taking them, the dreams might go wild, even disturbing, because your brain is relearning how to create on its own. Even in the madness, though, your brain is doing what it does best: adapting, experimenting, healing. Every wild, chaotic dream still carries a message, just waiting for you to decode it. 9. The static signal. When dreams are pure noise. Ever wake up asking, what the heck was that? Maybe you dreamt of a purple elephant teaching math to your childhood teddy bear. It sounds crazy, but it's not broken. It's just your brain being creative. According to the activation synthesis theory, when you sleep, your neurons fire off random signals. Your brain, desperate for order, tries to weave these sparks into stories. Like a TV with static, your mind still searches for meaning. It throws in memories, feelings, and fragments and ends up with something utterly surreal. Even the weirdest dreams are your brain doing what it was wired to do: make sense of the noise, because dreaming, even the nonsense, is human. 10. Final reflection. Dreams and the self-dreams are a doorway into the parts of you that never speak out loud. When logic sleeps, the soul begins to whisper. Freud called dreams repressed desires. Jung saw them as a bridge to the collective unconscious, where ancient symbols and deep truths live. Whether they are mystical messages or mental static, dreams are a mirror. Each one a coded letter from your mind to you. You don't have to solve them, but maybe it's worth listening. Thanks for following this journey. Dreams aren't just stories you see at night, they are silent voices from within. If something in this video stirred something in you, hit like and subscribe to Live Small Win, a place where we explore the small, quiet things that can shift your entire life. Let every dream, every insight, become a small win that builds something bigger. You ready?